In this lesson, we are going to install a new WordPress theme and then learn how to configure that theme a little bit as well. So we're going to start from our WordPress dashboard or the admin side and go to Appearance, and then under that, click on Themes. You have a tab up here called Install Themes. Then you're going to have a search form that helps you find themes that match your criteria. So let's say we want a white theme with a right sidebar, and we want a custom header, maybe some theme options, and maybe even some custom colors. So we're going to do find themes, and it's going to bring back 26 results of themes that match the criteria that we put in there. You get a little thumbnail preview of the different looks, and you can pretty much preview any of them just by clicking the preview button. You'll get a larger view of what your website might look like if it used that theme. Know that for most of them, like with this image up here, you can change that image. You'll be able to, we selected custom colors, so hopefully you'd be able to change the colors on this if you didn't like it. But you can hit close there, and you can preview any theme you want and really get a sense of what it would look like and how your website might look. Again, knowing that you can probably change most of this header information. So find a theme that you like. One that I think looks pretty good here is one called Blogo Life. So we're going to hit preview. That looks pretty good. So we're going to close that and then actually click install and install now again. And it's actually already installed. That's it. And then we're going to click on the activate link. And that's going to bring us back to our themes page. The theme that we had previously, the 2011 one, is down here. It's now an available theme, but we're now using the current theme called Blogo Life. So we can go into the header, and we have a similar view to what we had with our previous theme. They only have one image that we can select from, but if we want to use our own image, it's going to be 960 by 200 pixels, so it's slightly different. Different themes are going to have different default header image sizes, so you could create your own image and upload it there. And then you also have the same display text yes or no option. So we can actually see what our website looks like now that we've activated that theme by going to thewindyroad.com. And it's going to show us our site in that new theme. So you can decide if it looks the way you want. Maybe you don't want the text up here, so you can go to display text no, save the changes, and then hit refresh. And now you have it without the text up top. Now the other thing that this theme has is the WP Look panel. Different themes are going to have different names, so sometimes it's going to call theme options, some of them are going to have their own custom names, and this gives you a couple more settings. So we could change the color scheme to blue, the navigation we could hide or display, and then there's some other code that you can put in there. Different themes, again, are going to have a different variety of options. Some of them are going to be more complicated. Some of them are going to be pretty simple. We can see what this one does, and now we have a blue theme. And then if we decide, you know what, I don't really like that theme, it's not working for us, one thing we can do is just go back to the theme we already had. So we can go to the themes page and find the theme we had previously, click activate, and then we refresh again. And now we're back to the theme design that we already used. So don't be afraid to try different themes until you find one that works. If you go back to the themes page and then the install themes tab, you also have up here some featured themes and some of the newer themes. So there are other ways besides the search to find something that you like. So let's actually look at some of the featured themes, scroll through here and see if there's anything that looks the way that we'd like. Actually going to try the Coraline theme. We kind of want to preview it first. Looks pretty basic, but that might work as well. So we can hit close, install now, and then activate. So again, we have some theme options in here. We can change the position of the sidebar. We have a color scheme light and dark like we did with our default one. I'm going to leave the sidebar on the right. Then we also have some header options. Again, we have a different size here for the image. If we wanted to upload our own, we could also use some of the default ones, and we have the option to display text yes or no. So let's actually take a look at our site under the default settings for that theme. That's actually not bad. I'm going to change the image to that cactus. And let's actually say that this is the design that we're going to go for our site. I encourage you to spend some time trying different things, trying different themes, perhaps trying to add your own image. But for the sake of this course, let's actually just say we're going to go ahead with this design and start adding your content. And that's exactly what we're going to do in future lessons, but that wraps up this one. So great work.